Hello everyone, and welcome to Sleepy Moon Storytime. Today's story is called Jack and the Beanstalk. So cozy up and enjoy the story. Once upon a time, at the edge of a small village, there lived a young boy named Jack and his mother. The year had been rough, and Jack's mother decided to sell the family cow to have some money for the winter. "Jack, I want you to take the cow to the market and sell it to whoever will pay the best price for it," said the mother. Jack agreed and slowly started walking alongside the cow to the farmer's market. But he didn't get a chance to reach his destination because as he was walking, an old man stopped him. "How much for this cow?" asked the old man. "My mother told me to take the cow to the market and sell it to whoever will pay the best price," replied Jack. "In that case, I have these magic beans that I can trade for the cow." "This is a fair price, as these beans are truly magical, and you won't find them anywhere else in the world," said the man. Jack was young, quite shy, and a bit naive. He happily agreed to trade, grabbed the beans, put them in his pocket, and handed the cow's rope to the old man. They said goodbye to each other, and Jack returned home. When he arrived home, he gave his mother the beans. She couldn't believe how naive Jack had been. She was very angry with him and sent him to his room. "Magic beans will not feed us in winter," she scoffed and threw them out the window. But the beans were indeed magical. Overnight, a giant beanstalk grew so tall it reached up to the clouds, and no one could see where it ended. Jack, curious by nature, climbed up the beanstalk without hesitation. When he reached the top, he found himself in the magical land of the giants. He was so small in this land that he was able to sneak into a castle. A kind giant woman found him, picked him up, and set him on the table. "Are you hungry, little guy?" asked the giant woman. "As a matter of fact, I am," replied Jack. The giant woman gave him some bread and milk, but as Jack was finishing his meal, the giant woman heard her husband entering the room. She quickly hid Jack under a bowl. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman," said the giant. "There is no one here," replied the giant woman. The giant ate his meal, then removed his sack of gold coins and set it on the table. He counted his coins and then went to sleep. Jack waited until the giants were asleep, took the sack of gold coins, and climbed down the beanstalk to his house in the human world. He gave his mother the gold coins, and she was extremely happy. The next day, Jack climbed up the beanstalk again and asked the giant woman for some food. And just like the day before, she gave him milk and bread. Then she heard her husband enter the room again, and this time Jack ran under the bed. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman," said the giant. "There is no one here," replied the giant woman again. The giant took out a hen and ordered it to lay an egg. The hen immediately laid a golden egg. The giant's wife was impressed. The giant and his wife ate dinner together and then went to sleep. While they were asleep, Jack stole the hen, climbed down the beanstalk, and gave it to his mother, who was once again extremely happy. The next morning, Jack climbed up the beanstalk again, entered the giant's castle, and requested food from the giant woman. And just like the previous days, she gave him milk and bread. When the giant returned home, he could sense Jack's presence again. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman again," said the giant. "There really is no one here, dear. Don't be silly," replied the giant woman. The giant had brought home a magic harp that played the most beautiful songs ever heard by mankind. He listened to a song, and then both giants went to sleep. Jack was mesmerized by the harp and decided to steal it for his mother. But when he picked it up from the table, the harp cried out, "Help, master! The boy is trying to steal me!" The giant woke up and rushed to catch Jack. But Jack was small and moved quickly. He climbed down the beanstalk as fast as he could, grabbed an axe from his tool shed, and chopped down the beanstalk before the giant had a chance to climb down into the human world. Jack and his mother never had to worry about money again, since they had a golden egg to sell each day, and they lived happily ever after. The end. Thank you for listening to this episode of Sleepy Moon Storytime. If you want more stories, follow our podcast and have a good night.